I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup here at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Brittany and Chianne, and we're back!
We're back!
Okay, I got KIttie Kaboom here with the news.
What it do,
not the news. You got the dumb criminals.
Yes, the dumb criminals.
I'm sorry, Alexis. Sorry, Nosy Lexi is here.
I'm here with
this.
Alexis was over here getting into it. Y'all see?
That intro song really makes you want to just dance.
Twerk for Maria.
Oh, no. Not Maria and them eyebrows, child.
Oh, God. Okay, so we have a lot to get into. Honestly, tonight's episode was kind of a bore for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I snoozed fast a little bit.
What did you guys think about it?
I thought it was kind of snoozy. I think because we knew everything, like we're in such anticipation, and their teases come out like every day that I already knew what to expect. So it was just like, okay, let's see where this goes. I can't front. I was very entertained by the Maria situation. The whole, both of those segments were just ridiculous. So that was entertaining. But overall, like, I guess we learned something new about Michael. Fun stuff. My dad beat me.
That was, what's his name? Tony.
Tony. My bad. Yeah. Michael Tony. Sorry.
I can't believe y'all thought it was a snooze fest and a bore. I feel like there were so many blow-ups.
Really?
Lacey blew up on Shane. Sarah blew up on Michael. Andrea and Lamar got into it. Tony got fed up with Angela. I feel like there was so much that happened. No? Okay.
Not at all. Okay. I'm sorry.
Jab.
Well, let's start with Sarah and Michael, because I feel like that is literally the cake. So Michael pulls up, and we catch up with her, basically asking him, did you come alone?
Right.
And it's a fair question because she knows her baby daddy. She knows the type of man that he is.
Yeah.
And, of course, he's like, I came with my girl. I understand her being annoyed with him wanting to bring the girlfriend when the trip was supposed to be about the daughters.
Right.
However, all this energy she put into, like, expressing herself, it was a lot for me.
It was. I felt the same way. And, you know, all I kept doing, honest to God, y'all, was like trying to channel my own like calmness into her, because it's not effective. That's the thing. Like, obviously she's still young. She's definitely dealing with all the emotions. And once you get older, once you have more experiences in your life, the blessing of having people like Michael that you've chosen and now see this is not the kind of life I want to lead is being able to like fall back and be like, word? That's what you want to do? You know what I mean? It's like she tried to prepare herself, but then she couldn't keep it together. She's paying this man's phone bill. She's providing a way. I think she feels as she should, rightly so, like taken advantage of. And so in order for her to be able to like get that all, I mean, she hasn't talked to this man like what, in 5 months it was? So yeah, it was all like brewing up. I just wish that she would have like practiced or something a little bit more, so she could have just been like, you know what, I'm cool on you. See your girls, that, you know what I mean, just been very like meticulous and methodical.
What
and
do you
not
think,
fed
Lexi?
into her.
I don't think she overreacted at all, in all honesty. I think it's a lot of factors. It's one, she hasn't talked to him, so all of this stuff has just been being held in and compressed, and this was finally her moment where she can let it all out. And I think, two, there was a frustration of him not getting it, because I felt the same frustration, too. Yeah, I did ask you initially, did you come alone? But that was not the reason for my anger. I'm sitting here asking you questions about your kids, and all you keep bringing up is this other woman, and you keep trying to make it seem like I'm the one bringing it up. None of this has anything to do with the woman you brought. This has everything to do with the fact that you're not a good father. And it's annoying when he's making it seem like he is this good father and like she's the reason that he can't come around his daughters. And in reality, she's paying your phone bill. She's giving you all these opportunities to be a dad, and you're not doing it. And then you shit in her face when you come see her.
Talking about, I would have paid for you to come. Who knew that she was willing to do all of these things to make a good situation out of this guy? He's not ready. He's immature. He's so selfish. It's beyond.
And I honestly think that he was provoking her because
Oh,
he
yeah.
knows
He
that
knows,
obviously
yeah.
there's still feelings there, and rightfully so. They're not even divorced yet. But
Right.
he wanted to see her blow up and get
Exactly.
mad because really didn't have it. He could have been like, no, I'm not with anyone. I feel like he purposely did that
Oh,
to
most
make
definitely.
her mad. He's trying to provoke her and then
Called
laugh when she
gaslighting.
gets upset.
It's definitely gaslighting.
I think I do think though a lot of the blow up that she had towards him was frustration from the daughters majority, but I think it is a part of her that's just also salty because
Yeah.
he does have a
Yeah.
woman. Like let's be real, the relationship is still very fresh, and he's the one that has yet to sign the divorce papers. So he's dragging out the divorce.
Of course.
He's dragging out this relationship with his kids that he half-assed wants, half-assed doesn't really care about, and then you bring a woman thinking that you're going to have my kids around this woman that I haven't even met.
Right.
And so on top of that, Maria talks crazy.
She's a nut
So
job.
shit.
That's why
Crazy
they're
out of her
together.
mouth.
They are nuts together.
So I do think that a lot of it is because she is hurt that he's so able to be that audacious and bring somebody into the picture just like that and be laughing and smiling and basically gaslighting her.
Exactly. And the fact that he's in denial about it just speaks volumes to his immaturity. Like, how do you have two children of your own and you can't hold yourself together? In the car, you ready for this? Yeah, because we know she gonna do this and she gonna do that. And then on the way there, I know she still want me. I know it's gonna make, she gonna be jealous. Why are you saying these things if in fact it's about the kids?
It's
and then
not.
only to go back and to report to Maria, she kept talking about this. She kept bringing you up. Whereas me personally, I just was trying to focus on my daughters. You are so full of shit.
And it's so obvious that he makes Maria believe that he's a good dad.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Let's start there.
First of all, Maria should have no opinion on this
None.
matter. And I'm going to start off with this. She and Michael go way back. So it's not like this is a Megan that she didn't know the type of person Michael is. So if you have this long distance situation with this guy, you know that his kids are in New York, he's in Detroit.
Right.
Not at one moment in your relationship do you know of him going out of his way to go to New York to see the kids. So I'm trying to figure out, where, Maria, do you see him putting in effort? Because as far as I'm concerned, he spends most of his time communicating with you, going on trips to go to Miami to see you, and he's receiving money from other people.
And he's going to see Megan on the low.
Where is this opinion about him trying come in? And that's why it's hard for me to really believe Michael is the one convincing Maria that he's trying to be a good dad. I mean, I can go to the mall kiosk and get a picture of some kids put it on a sweatshirt too.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean
ain't
I'm
that
trying.
hard, bruh. Yeah, he's a mess. He's disgusting. And you're absolutely right. Why does she have a nickel in his dime? These are not your kids. You're not responsible for them. You don't have to pay for them to be fed, clothed, any of the above. This is not your fish to fry. Mind your damn business. The fact that he dragged you along with him speaks volumes to him, and he just wants to be messy, and you playing right along. Yeah, because we know she going to be upset. Like, what is going on? Do y'all have nothing
There's
going
no
on with the
respect.
two of them? But, like, create some shit between the two. Y'all in love. Do some stuff. Why is this taking over your lives in terms of what you're deciding to do? It's all very messy, and she's the worst. I don't care for her, and she ain't cute. I said it. That's how I feel.
On top of that, I think it was kind of confusing when Sarah would make comments and saying, "I wish you would leave us alone."
Yeah.
I was really confused because it does kind of seem like Sarah is the one forcing the relationship with Michael and his kids, because Michael clearly does not care. He doesn't even call them. So what did you guys think about when she would say, like, I just want you to go start a family and leave us alone?
I think she was saying either give us all or none of it. Like, don't hop in and out. Either you want to be a good dad or just stay away from us. But to continuously play with people's emotions like this is just causing issues. And
I agree.
especially when it comes to your daughter, because she had said something in the last episode where she was like, I'm getting used to him again. And it's like, well, you probably shouldn't.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you don't know when he's going to be back. But you can't tell a 4-year-old that, you know?
No, it's so sad. That broke my heart watching her little cute self crying about that. But as a mom, though, I definitely get that. Either you're going to do it and you're going to do it the right way, or beat it, kick rocks. We don't need you. Like, we literally are doing
You're
our
not
damn
doing
thing.
anything.
You're not doing anything.
I guess that's why I kind of just question what's the point of forcing the relationship,
you
because
wanna
my
have a
mom,
healthy
for instance,
relationship with
like
your kids.
my personal experience, my dad's not around, and he makes it very clear that he doesn't want to be around. And my mom was never, call your dad, check up on him. Like, she says, he's a grown man, you're the child. If he wants a relationship, he can create it, and that's it. However, what I did also grow up with, which pertains to the show, there was never a moment where anyone was disrespectful towards my dad and my mom was just like okay with it. Because at the end of the day, that is the man who gave birth to, like, brought me in. And so I think that is also a factor that plays into this whole thing with Sarah and Michael and Maria, is the fact that Michael is allowing Maria to disrespect Sarah and just talk wild. And once you allow that boundary to get crossed, it can become an all-out war. And at the end of the day, the only people who are losing are the kids.
Yep. You hit
But
it
he
right
did
on
the same
head.
thing with Megan. He kind of encourages that behavior because he's so opposed to anything. Yeah, he's very, again, he's just super
And it makes you wonder if he's over Sarah, because
exactly
everything is about Sarah and what's going to make her upset. It's like, do you still love her, or you just get some sort of gratification out of hurting her feelings? And if so, why?
Why?
Sadistic.
Right. It is sick. It is sick.
So real quick,
like him.
before we go on, Lexi, let's share this special message with our fans.
Yes, so thank you so much for tuning in and making us the ESPN of TV Talk. We love talking about love after lockup with you, but we can't continue to do it without your help. So make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you give us a thumbs up, comment along as you're watching, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. If you're listening on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. And no matter what, whether you're watching our show or any other show here on AfterBuzz TV, please continue to come back each week to watch all of our shows, because we can't talk about them without you.
Thank you for the loyalty. Okay, so eventually I'm going to do some shout outs for some of the commenters.
Okay.
But let's get started on our next topic. I want to talk about Angela and Tony.
Okay.
So, KIttie, you made a comment during the show while we were watching, and you said, like, part of you kind of felt bad for Tony after learning about his history, and I want to pick your brain and see where is that energy coming from.
Well, I mean, Tony seems like a one-trick pony, right? He clearly is disrespectful. He doesn't have any boundaries. He says that he wants this when, in fact, he really wants something else. He's manipulative. He's all these things, and they're all negative. But when you really learn about someone, I always say, like, I'm sure we all have a friend, right? They do something quirky or they perform in whatever. Something about them makes you kind of side eye. And then you meet the family and go, oh, now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like a part of him is clearly been her. I'm not making excuses for this grown ass man. I'm not trying to say that because of his past, whatever, this is why he is the way he is. I'm saying that clearly plays a part, as does anything. How you were raised, who raised you, what environments, all of those are key factors in who you become as an adult and the choices you make. So learning that he had something that brought him to tears about the pain that he experienced as a child, it totally makes sense that that's kind of who the person he would be moving forward. The blessing is he don't whip her ass. He don't put his hands on her. He doesn't even do anything physical. I mean, I don't know that mental is better necessarily, but at least it's not a physical altercation is all I'm saying. So it did shed some light on him, and it did make me, I felt, like, oh, okay, it makes a little bit more sense. He's still scum, but at least he, sounds like he would be open to, like, getting help. And maybe therapy for these addictions that he claims to have to be, like, a better person.
What did you take away from it, Alexis?
That was the main thing for me. It definitely was, I see why certain things about him are the way they are. And at the same time, my main hope for him was that he was going to continue to keep talking to someone. Like, I'm glad she brought him to a therapist, but I don't think they need to be in couples therapy. I think he needs to be in his own therapy. And I think if the things of his past and those traumas are really, making him to act the way he does, maybe he should be alone to work on that stuff, instead of having somebody like Angela who isn't really helping the situation. All she does is yell at him and babysit him and just, use him for his penis. But he needs to get help if they really are serious about being in a relationship with each other.
I agree. If she just got the D back, and she wasn't even getting no D for a minute.
And it seems like that was why all was forgiven. Like, maybe all he had to do this whole time was just, like,
D her down.
like, 'cause it seemed like after that, all was forgiven, unless it really was just because he didn't do anything crazy when she was spying on him. But
that thing
I
sat
guess
there and
that
smoked
eased
like
it.
10 cigarettes and just sat and literally staked out her own house. That's not a red flag to you, mama, that maybe you shouldn't be in this
entire
relationship?
relationship
It's
is
a
a red
my
flag.
God.
I was just about to say that.
Girl.
I would like to. Okay.
Okay.
I do think that I don't know. He's such a weirdo. He's such a
He is
sociopath,
weird.
and so I want to see hope for Tony. And even when he started to get choked up and emotional when he's crying, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. And
He's
then,
a human being.
And then I was like, girl, that's Tony. Like, I was like, I couldn't even take it seriously, and it's sad. Like, I want to have sympathy for him.
Yeah.
But it took no more than 3 seconds for me to remember who this guy is, and it could low-key be a role, because there have been many times where we've seen him cry and shed crocodile tears to Angela,
True enough.
and he's there sleeping with prostitutes and doing all this extra stuff, getting locked up again. So it's like, I don't know. At this point, like you said, I want him to continue to go, because that consistency is what's going to help him change. But right now, I'm not buying it.
No? Not even in the church of God talking to
No.
the brother so-and-so?
First of all, let's be real.
What? That could have an
doesn't-
effect on some
when
people.
the cameras come on, just because you in a church, a steeple, a
not a
confession
steeple.
stall, it does not mean it's 100% real.
No question. You're absolutely right. I did get the impression, however, as I shared, that there was a part of him that was being honest and being transparent and allowing kind of his defensive to come down and be vulnerable on a realer level, which is, we've never seen him like that. So I don't know how real or true the tears were, but it sounded like he was at least tapping into something that might bring him some relief further on.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's been traumatized. I mean, we all got PTSD to some
About
degree.
something,
About
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think the true change will show also when he stops acting like a victim just because he has rules now. I think that's a huge issue, because in general, whether you're in or out of prison, society is full of rules.
Okay.
And one rule is don't do drugs and don't sleep with prostitutes. I feel like that's something we all have.
Just
That's
saying.
that's
Just
a
saying.
normal
That's a
standard.
normal standard.
And he's acting like, I don't have freedom. I feel like I'm locked up again. What are you doing? You don't love me. Like, yo, you have a good ass life, my dude.
That's right. You got
that's
this
what she
woman
said.
who
A
is
dope
right. She's
life.
like, you don't need anything. You live
Yeah.
in my trailer. I done gave you a bike. I feed you. I clothe you.
you an
I
allowance.
okay.
Yeah.
I basically.
And he has a job.
Yeah.
Girl.
How many people cannot get jobs after getting out of jail?
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
And he has the nerve to abuse the job and still has the job. There has to be some type of indication that he was over there stooping those ladies in those rooms. So somebody at his job knows about it. And the fact that he's still employed, come on now.
Yeah.
Boy, you better thank your lucky stars you got that country woman to hold you down.
All right, so real quick before we move on to the next topic, I want to give a quick shout out to some of our listeners, like
Yes.
Goodwill Dana Bird.
What up, girl?
Serena is the name.
Hey,
Share the
girl.
Good. Lisa Morris. Everybody loved the episode that you did by yourself. Lexi. Everybody's like, oh my God, you did so great. Punky.
Yay, Lex.
Karen Red K, and Victoria Alexis.
Hi guys. Thanks
What's
for watching.
up?
Yes, so thanks everybody for watching, and also everybody who tuned into the live chat afterwards. Okay, so our next couple, Lacey and Shane. And John, I guess. A sprinkle of John in there.
Sprinkle of John. I like seeing John with his sister sober on the porch like that.
I like seeing John alive. I feel like when he's just sober and he's just level-headed
Yeah.
and away from Lacey. I
Right.
love John. I think he's so entertaining to watch.
Right.
Especially when he's talking about Shane. I love it.
Can we also admit that he's cute?
He is
He's pretty good looking.
And I don't even
He
like
is.
that light skin, but he cute or whatever.
I think he's cute.
I think he's cute, and his skin is everything. Yo, no
Is it?
filter, no makeup. His skin is really clear for a drug addict.
I did not peep that.
Oh, yeah.
I need to take note.
Yeah, my
Okay.
TV's HD. But so seeing him with his sister was really cool, but we got to get more into depth about his mindset when he relapsed and was thinking about Lacey and Shane. But then he starts talking about that he would get back with Lacey. And
Yes.
it's just scary that he doesn't even see the pattern that he's creating for himself.
Oh, he sees it. He sees
Do
it
you
because
think he sees it?
I do think he's quite aware. When they were on the porch and she was just like, you said that the last time you came out, that you're over it, that you're not going to move on with this young lady yet. here we are again. Like, what is going to change? What are you going to do differently? And he basically, I mean, I like the fact that he didn't try to, like, make some shit up. He basically said, like, I don't know what it is about this girl. You don't choose who you fall in love with. She got me. You know what I mean? Despite the fact that I go away and I do better or I do worse or whatever I do, inevitably, I am drawn back to this person. So I am completely convinced that whoever this Shane kid is, he about to be out of there and that she's going to be my wife. I'm like, wow. Even when she, because his sister was like, she draws you in talking about the baby might be yours, and you don't see any of this. She's a manipulator. And he's just like, nah, not so much. She's cool. I think he sees it. He definitely does. Because when he had the testimonial, right? He looks in the camera. He's like, I don't know. I can't explain myself. Like, he doesn't have any clear-cut answers as to why he's drawn to her, but I guess she got that good. I don't know.
She's just a manipulator, like his sister said. I don't think she really likes John or Shane any more than the other. I think she just toys with one when she gets bored with the other, and it's just kind of flip-flopping.
And the fact that they allow it. Yeah.
And that's the thing. I feel like John is really drawn to Lacey because in their relationship there's probably a level of just him being able to do what he wants to do, and she just allowed it for so long. She kind of gave him the opportunity to, you know, okay, I'm not saying she handed him the money for the drugs, but he knew the money was there. Yeah. And I can't really see her doing anything to be his peace. I can see her, because we see her with Shane, and Lacey's a nightmare.
She really is.
She's a headache.
She's a mess.
So I just hope that John gets rehab for his addiction to Lacey, to be honest.
Yeah,
he needs therapy for that.
Please walk away, bro. Just walk away. The fact that he's home, I know she's going, ugh. Anyway, I can't wait to see what happens.
Because he probably thinks that she's what's helping his addiction, but in a way, she's kind of feeding into it, because what she does influences if he uses or not.
Exactly.
So he's thinking, oh, if maybe I was with her, I wouldn't have used, but at the same time, she's the reason you're using.
Right. Yeah. And then instead of her saying, let me stay away from him, she keeps on going back to him.
Of course she does, because I care about him, and I just want to make sure he's okay. Girl, that is no longer your problem. Your man, your concern.
You're married.
You are literally somebody's wife. Stay focused. Stay in your lane and just stay focused. And where your kids at? Go feed your kids. Go take them.
Like,
right.
She was like, my kids are with my dad. And I'm like, what else?
Right. No surprise there.
Okay, Cheryl. Like, what? Now, Shane admitted to cheating on Lacey. Y'all still believe that storyline?
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I think Lacey was way too calm.
I know. I was surprised.
That's why I don't think it's real.
Going to flip. Because that's what she does, right? She's like, you don't even know me. And just starts calling everybody names and smacks them around.
That's why I don't think it's real. Because she didn't blow up. Like, you saw how she blew up over the engagement, over his proposal. Because she didn't like the way that he proposed.
Right.
And then he just told you that he cheated on you the day before you got married. And you walked up and just walked out calmly and drove off. Not a slap, not a drink toss, nothing.
Yeah, I am a little surprised.
I think that's weird. What do you think, Lexi?
I think he did do it. I think he's lying about the details, because at first it was after they got married. Now it was before they got married. I think it did happen. The timing is just off. But I also think that Lacey is looking for any reason to have an excuse to go be with who she really wants to be with. So that's probably why she was so calm.
And that's what she does. And then she'll get with John and things will go down. And then he'll do something to piss her off. Right.
And then she'll go to Shane. And then Shane will do something else. And she'll go back to John.
She might find a third person. Who knows?
There's probably another felon somewhere that she's sending letters to.
Exactly.
It's just her game.
It's her thing.
The kid's real baby daddy.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
How about that?
So before we jump on to our special segment in news, I do want to touch on Brittany and Marcelino storyline, because this is really scary.
Yeah.
And I've been looking forward to seeing how far this whole process was going to go. The moment she pulled up and saw that the baby daddy basically has access to the kids and he's basically a pedophile.
He is a pedophile.
He is a pedophile. That symbolizes everything I ever say when I say how broken the system is. Just because he might not have been convicted of it or whatever, because we still don't know full details about who he is and his history. But just the fact that the courts know, or just like Child Protective Services know she gave birth to them at
14.
15 or 16 is what she said. And then they still give him access to that.
Okay.
It's really scary. And I can see them probably giving her a hard time because she has a felony.
Exactly. That he created, that it was only as a result of being with this man, doing drugs with this man, allowing is choice of words, but
She was 15.
She was 15 years old. He manipulated. She was homeless and pregnant. I cannot fathom. That is the worst. Oh, poor baby.
And it's like, why not help her get help instead of just taking her kids away? Like,
because as I said, the system is broken, and that's not what the focus on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They say that they're there for the welfare of the children and for their betterment, but clearly decisions are made that absolutely have nothing to do with the betterment of the children.
And I think they see cases like that so often that they probably just looked at her at the time and just said, oh, another statistic. She doesn't want any better for herself. Just take the kids, and whatever happens to her happens to her.
that's so sad.
And never
That's
even
really
a concern
sad.
about the dad, because he was locked up at the time, right? So they probably in their minds is like, well, he's gone anyway.
Yeah. All right.
And it's deep. I'm kind of surprised that they're touching on something of this caliber, right?
I'm not surprised because I feel like it's a really important part of the WeTV brand in general. I feel like that's something that they would do.
Yeah, delve deeper.
I do want to say, though, one thing that I've just been kind of rattling with in all of her Whitney storylines is obviously Marcelino is the one holding down the household. And he doesn't really have a lot of money because he's just a poker player, and she said that to him. She keeps saying, we need more money. But I feel like she's continuing to add a bill.
Exactly.
Like, do you have to look for your children right now? Like, what is the rush? Obviously, I don't have the money. And on our news and gossip from last week, they're not keeping up with their lawyer bills.
Yeah.
So obviously, they can't. So I just feel like, why does she feel like she have to put this all on Marcelino right now?
I'm pretty sure that this is totally emotionally driven.
It is.
If she would sit down and like take a step back from the reality of the situation, I think that she would be able to determine that this is probably not the best time to go in this direction. But I think that she's fueled by the fact that she's pregnant. She's super hormonal right now. She has another baby running around, a little toddler. So I think she feels like there's an emotional pull that she needs to address. And she did write a book. I don't know that that's been bringing in any money. I think it's self-published. So I don't know, what the money situation is with that. And she's a full-time student, so there's money that goes to the classes. You guys are absolutely right. I mean, I don't think that this is a logical choice. I really think this is coming from my heartstrings.
Emotions.
Yeah, totally. And he's going to foster that because he does genuinely adore her. Like, he loves her. He wants to make her happy.
All right, let's get into news and gossip.
Let's get into it.
Let's see what you got.
All right, guys. So the main thing, the happy thing in all of this is that our girl Lizzie is celebrating 3 years of being clean.
Yes.
She hasn't done drugs in 3 years.
Lizzie,
She posted about it on her Instagram this week. Her daughter also commented saying how proud of her she was. And she said that she became clean when she found God. So basically, God helped her to become clean.
She looks just like her daughter in that little...
Yeah.
She does.
But another thing that's been happening, we've been seeing a lot going on with Clint and Tracy. Like, he had another girlfriend. She called him out on it. Then she won in a jackpot, like $16,000, and he was mad that she won, and they went back and forth on Facebook. And then apparently, like a day ago, he hacked her, well, not hacked, because he had the login information, went into her Cameo page and, like, went on a rant about her.
Wow.
So they have been in a social media battle, like, all week, and you really should look into it because there's so many parts to it. But that's the newest update, is the fact that he took over her Cameo account and started talking shit about her.
Petty.
Petty Eddies.
I'm not going to pay Cameo to see it, so somebody else doing it, let us know what he said.
I was surprised I was super surprised to hear her say that she wanted to get help, though. I didn't see that coming.
Who? Tracy?
Yeah. Tracy spoke on the fact that, they were like, so what's the next step? What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm not.
No,
because
she knows that's what she should say.
She has to get. I mean, that's kind of court ordered at this point.
It's mandated.
Like, what's she gonna say? No, I want to keep doing crack. Like, who's gonna say that?
Well, she said it on her IG a couple of times. Like, y'all can say whatever you want. I'm gonna keep using meth, me and my boyfriend, because that's what I want to do.
Nasty. Oh, okay. I don't think we're gonna have time to get into our special segment tonight, so we're gonna save it for next week. But let's do our predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
You want me to
Yummy.
start off? Or you guys have something in
I
mind?
have something.
Okay, Lexi.
I think everybody going to break up.
Wow.
Andrea Lamar gonna break up. Tony and Angela gonna break up. Michael and everybody gonna break up. I think everybody, because I feel like this episode everybody's getting fed up. Lacey, she about to go do something with John, so either her and John gonna be over for good, or her and Shane gonna be over for good. But regardless, everybody is coming to an end. That's my prediction.
I love it, and not everybody, but everybody.
What's your prediction,
My
KIttie?
prediction is that, well, we already know they get married, so I guess we see that Angela and Tony get married, so that's a shit show, and it's going to backfire on them, and they're going to be miserable. And there you have it. And her sister's going to be right there telling me something. Then I told you so.
Okay, I think Sarah and Marie are gonna meet, and I think I feel like Sarah's gonna disappoint me. I think she's gonna be a total puss. I don't feel like she's going to say what she should say.
Right.
And I think she's gonna allow Marie to disrespect her, and she's gonna walk off and cry and be angry.
I agree.
Ooh, I wish you would fight her.
No, she's not
not
about that
gonna
life.
do it.
I'm your host, Brianna Chianne. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Love After Lockup here at AfterBuzz TV. You can follow me at IamB_Chianne, CHIANNE. Where can they find you guys?
Please find me on IG. My name is KITTIE, Kitty Kaboom, KABOOM. Oh, and Kitty Meow on Twitter.
And you guys can follow me on all social media at I am Lexi Fierce, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Talking TV with Lex.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.